I've been drift skating from my house to the light rail, and when I first started, I was uncomfortable with the path and hadn't practiced in a few days, so I was slow. But then I started to get better, started to get faster, increased my speed. It takes about 8 minutes to walk from the house to the light rail. And so once I skate there, I just have to sit there and wait for the light rail anyway. So why does it matter if I get there faster? Well, the less time I spend in transit, the more time I have to spend on other things. And this makes sense with the drift skates because in the end there's increased value. Whereas with driving, you have to pay for the gas, pay to maintain the car, and pay health-wise because of the increased pollution in the air. Sometimes when I'm driving, I look around and see all these 4 to 7 passenger vehicles with only one person in all of them, and I think it's funny because all of us are going in the same direction, and yet we're all using our own cars, and it seems extremely inefficient. But we're all individuals, and we all have individual agendas, and if we try to line up our times, then it means that some of us are having to sacrifice time in some way. It's not as flexible. And the light rail is synchronized. People do have to follow the time schedule of the light rail. So in the end, it's less pollutant because more people are going in the same direction at the same time. But so it's more efficient economically and environmentally, but for a lot of people, that's not. There's an incredibly valuable and interesting video by Hank Green from the Vlogbrothers about why a shorter commute is so valuable, and it's incredibly relevant to what I'm thinking about and talking about in this video, so I'm gonna link that in the doobly-doo. I've been waiting so long to say that. So even though it's not more efficient economically or environmentally to drive, it is more efficient in one thing: speed. It takes less time to drive somewhere than it does to take the light rail. You don't have to wait for your car like you have to wait for the light rail. So what societal force is responsible for this? Well, the one that values the self and efficiency above all else. Everyone's favorite, capitalism. In order to be successful in a capitalistic society, the individual has to be efficient, and what benefits the community can be disregarded. And with everyone moving so fast, there isn't really time for community, which is problematic because a universal truth about the human condition is that people need community. Individuals can't afford to slow down. People aren't going to stop browsing Twitter and start reading full news articles again. So, in order for this problem to be fixed, something has to be changed about the fundamental structure of the society that we live in. How do you do that? I don't know. But I do know that sometimes you can afford to slow down. Feels pretty nice. The prompt is landscapes.